Hello, this is Sammy. I have a word problem. The problem is an acquaintance of one of the authors was about to take his startup internet company public. He owns 5% of the 900,000 shares of stock that were issued when the company was first formed. The board of directors decided to reward him by issuing additional stock so that he would own 10% of the company. How many new shares of stock should be issued and then rewarded to him? So let's go ahead and just take this question step by step. Let's look at this sentence right here. So this we'll call him boss. Okay, boss. He owns 5% of 900,000 shares of stock. So what is 5%? 5% is the same thing as 5 divided by 100. Okay, and he owns 5% or 5 over 100 of these 900,000 shares of stock. So we can find out how many he has. Okay, so it's just the 5 over 100 times 900,000 shares. And you have two zeros here, so it can cancel with two zeros here. So you basically have 5 times 9,000, which is equal to 45,000 shares. So that's how much he has when the company first formed. And we'll put that right here, first formed. First formed, he has 45,000 shares, okay? The board of directors decided to reward him by issuing additional, this is the key word, additional stock, okay, shares of stock. So he would own then 10% of the company. So do we know how many shares he was given? No. So we'll go ahead and we'll call that X, okay? So we'll say that, we'll say now he has X plus 45,000. Okay, so that's the total number of shares that he has right now. X, they gave him X number of shares plus the 45,000 that he already has when the company first formed. Okay, now if we add X shares to what he has, what he had initially, okay, we also have to add that to what the total amount. So really, what you'd have is you have X plus 900,000. Okay, and that would be the total shares. Okay, this is the shares that the boss has. Okay, now he wants to own 10% of the company. So what is 10%? It's 10 divided by 100. But we can actually cancel a zero on the top and the bottom, so it's actually equal to 1/10. Okay, so basically it's going to be the share. It's going to be a division problem. We're going to take the shares that the boss has, which is this X plus 45,000, and we're going to divide it by the total number of shares, which is X plus 900,000. And that's going to be equal to what he owns of the company, which is the 10%, which is the 1/10. And so now what we'll need to do is just cross multiply. So we're going to take this right here, this X plus 45,000, multiply it by 10. So I have 10 times X plus 45,000. And that's going to be equal to X plus 900,000 times 1. So I'm just cross multiplying. I'm just taking this right here and multiplying it by this, and I'm taking this right here and multiplying it by this. That's all I'm doing. Now we need to distribute the 10 to the X and to the 45,000. So 10 times X is 10X, and then 10 times 45,000 is 450,000. And then anything times 1 is the same number. So this is equal to X plus 900,000. So we need to get all the numbers on one side and all the x's on one side, on the other side. So here we have 10x. Here's 1x. Let's subtract 1x from both sides. So these x's will cancel out. 10x minus an x is a 9x. Okay. Plus this 45,000 is equal to 900,000. And then we need to get, now we have all the x's on one side. We need to get the numbers all on the other side. So we need to subtract 450,000 from both sides. So these will cancel out. And 900,000 minus 450,000 is 450,000. So we'll have 9x is equal to 450,000. If we divide both sides by 9, we'll get X equals 50,000. So the additional stock that he'll be getting, or the how many new shares of stock should be issued and then reward to him, would be this 50,000 number. And that's the answer.